Of all the sequels that Hollywood decided to have planned, I didn't think Happy Death Day would be on that list. Well, Hollywood, you proved me wrong. The question is it any good? Or does it suffer from sequelitis like many other horror sequels do? Only one way to find out. Happy Death Day to you. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. I promise I'll never do that again. But seriously, what a dumb title. That's the best they could come up with. Anyway, Happy Death Day to You is the sequel to Happy Death Day, which was one of the most surprising films of 2017. And in this film, we follow Jessica Rothe playing as Tree once again. And this time, she gets stuck in her time loop all over again after she just got out of it in the previous film. It basically takes place right after the first Happy Death Day left off, or right where the first Happy Death Day left off. But yeah, Tree gets stuck in a time loop, only this time things are a little bit different. So now she needs to work with her friends to figure out how she can get out of this time loop and back into her real life. Alright, so let's talk about Happy Death Day to You. So as I've already said, the first Happy Death Day was a huge surprise for me. I did not think it was going to be any good at all, and yet it was actually kind of fun. This movie, I didn't think it was really necessary for them to make a sequel to the first Happy Death Day. I didn't really feel like it was needed, and when they announced it, I was just afraid it was going to be the same movie all over again. I saw the trailer. I thought the trailer was really dumb, just like the first movie. But like with the first movie, this movie's actually surprisingly fun. So let's start off with the acting. I thought Jessica Rothe, she did a really good job in this movie, much like she did in the first movie. Like, just a lot of her mannerisms in this movie matched that of her first movie. She's plays pretty much the same character she did in the first movie. So yeah, I thought she did really well with that. But she actually brings some more emotion to this movie. Like, there's one scene in this movie involving her where she actually showed quite a bit of emotion. It kind of brought the feels a little bit, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I thought that was a really good, well done scene, and I also thought that some of the jokes were really funny, much like the first one. The first one was kind of more of a horror comedy than like a slasher film, kind of like Scream in a sense. But yeah, this film is pretty funny in the same way, and I'll admit there were some really thrilling sequences throughout the movie. Another thing I like about this movie that made this movie different than the first movie, because again, I thought it was going to be pretty much the same movie once I saw the trailer. This movie has a nice little sci-fi element added to it, and it's actually a pretty big plot point in the movie. I'm not going to get into it too much to avoid spoilers, but there's a nice little sci-fi element to this movie that I thought was really cool and really fit the movie well. And another thing I liked about this movie was all the supporting characters. Minus one. There was one supporting character I did not like. But other than that, I thought all the supporting characters did a really good job in the movie. And again, some of the horror aspects of this movie I thought were done somewhat, like, pretty decently, at least. And again, just the thrilling sequences. And then the ending. I actually really liked the ending. A lot of people didn't like the ending of this movie, but I actually was quite satisfied with it, and if they were to make a third Happy Death Day movie, I honestly wouldn't be too upset. And by the way, there's actually one death sequence in this movie that just made me laugh really hard. All I'm going to say is, Jessica Rothe jumps out of an airplane. That's all you need to know. Now, even though I did like this movie, I will say this, it's not as good as the first Happy Death Day movie. There were some parts of this movie that I found to be really predictable, like with especially with the killer. I pretty much knew who the killer was going to be. Also, even though most of the jokes did land, there were some that missed really hard. Like, there's one scene involving a character that's trying to, like, play a blind person, kind of. I thought that scene just went on way too long and just carried way too far. And I mean, I could see how it could potentially be offensive to some blind people. It didn't really offend me at all, but that's just something that I thought, it was something that went on for way longer than I think it should have. And also, there's another supporting character in this movie that really I didn't really like. I mean, he wasn't in the movie that much, but I didn't really like him. It was one of the professors of the college that they're at. I really didn't like him, but I mean, again, not too big of a problem. He's not really in the movie that much. And then the other problem I had with this movie is it's marketed as a horror film, kind of, but like there aren't really that many horror elements to this movie, at least not nearly as much as the first one. Like this one goes more in the direction of like a sci-fi comedy film than a horror film. So yeah, I don't really feel like that played into the movie quite as well as it probably should have. The best way I can describe Happy Death Day to You is it's basically a fun little movie. Kind of surprising. I didn't really think it was going to be good, but it was actually quite fun. So yeah, overall, I actually enjoyed Happy Death Day to You. And if they were to make a Happy Death Day 3, again, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be looking forward to it actually. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm not going to give Happy Death Day to You quite as high of a score as I give the first one. I think I give the first one like around the 70 range, maybe high 60. I don't know, but yeah, I'm going to give the Happy Death Day to You a 65% fresh rating. That is a B-. And that is my quick little review of Happy Death Day to You. Have you guys seen Happy Death Day to You? What did you think about it? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it. And, like, did you like this movie more than the first one? Did you not like it as much as the first one? Did you hate both movies? Again, let me know down in the comments below. And let me know, what is your favorite horror comedy film? Again, let me know down below. Mine's probably Scream, like Scream or Get Out. Probably one of those two. Or even Cabin in the Woods. But, yeah, make sure to let me know down below what your favorite horror comedy movie is, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more reviews to come in the future. I still have some movies to catch up on. Probably not going to review all of them on this channel, but the ones I can review, I will review, so make sure to stay tuned for those. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar, and always remember to stay California cool. Peace.